Hi, this is David with Helibatics.com. Today I'd like to give you an overview of the new OrangeRX transmitter module, which I have right here. I'll be putting this in the Tyrannus a little bit later and we'll give a quick demonstration on binding. But before we do that, I want to go over the connections on the back. Down here in the lower left corner, we've got the standard 5-pin connection that goes into the radio. And up in the upper right corner is the 8-pin dip switch for allowing you to set the various modes and power outputs of the module. As you can hopefully see here, to the right is off, which is where they're all set right now. To the left is on. And then they start at the bottom, number 1 being here, and number 8 being at the top. So out of the box, the default is Spectrum with full power. Full power is approximately 70 milliwatts. And the default is Spectrum with 1024 step resolution. If you want to change that to Walkera, for example, you would need to turn the bottom first switch to the left for on, right here. And there's a few other things you might be interested in. You can, if you change switch 2, it'll change the channel mapping from throttle aileron elevator rudder to aileron elevator throttle rudder. Now if you have a radio like the Tyrannus or anything else that can be completely mapped internally, then this really doesn't matter because you can set up your mappings in the Tyrannus and it'll work perfectly for you. The other switch settings are pertaining to DSM for the manual mode or auto mode, to switch between DSM2 or DSM-X, to select 11 millisecond or 22 millisecond on switch 5, or to switch between 1024 and 2048 on switch 6. And then switches 7 and 8 are used to select your power output. Most people are just going to want the full power 70 milliwatt. If you do need to see the detailed switch settings, you can get the manual, which is linked in the description below. Now, for the front of the module, you'll see it has 2 buttons and an LED. Got the LED right here in the middle, and the lower button is the ID button. And basically what this is a reset button. So if you press this button at power up of the module, it will reset the internal ID, which will effectively cause you to have to rebind to any receivers that you already have it bound to previously. The other button, of course, is your bind button at the top right here. If you press this button at power up, then the module will go into bind mode and you can bind it to your receiver. So now we'll do that as a quick demonstration. I'm going to put this in the back of my Tyrannus. Snaps right in.
Welcome to OpenTX. Throttle warning, switch warning.
I have not set this radio up previously, so I'm going to go in here and turn on the external module to ppm, and you can hear the module just initialized, and there's our flashing light. Now I'm going to turn the radio off, and now we'll do a binding example. I've already got the receiver set up here with the bind plug and power applied, ready to accept binding. And here on the radio I've got the orange module inserted. So we will press the button with my finger on the back here while I power it up.
Welcome to OpenTX.
Once it boots up, you'll hear the beeping. The light will change on the receiver, and we'll eventually get a solid light over here indicating that we are bound fully. There we go. And now we just need to reboot everything, so I'll power it all off. Take the bind plug out, plug a servo in here on channel 1 as an example. Power that back up. Turn the radio back on. And you'll see the light come on here to the receiver. And there we go. And you can see we're properly bound and working just fine with the Spectrum module. Alright, thanks a lot. If you have any questions, please let me know.